Hey y'all, it's your girl Holiday Season. I'm back with another story time. And y'all, I just need to vent for a minute, okay, ladies and gentlemen, because I got some guys on my stuff too now. Like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, but it's time to holler at Holiday right now. And are y'all okay? Did y'all get y'all something to eat? Y'all feeling good and in the spirit? Good, that's good, okay? So the thing is, I want to start my story times off with a scripture, and it was Second Corinthians, but I think God is leading me to do something else. Okay, so let me just type in something because the word is just so powerful that we can just get anything. We could just go off like that. Let's do Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, 11th verse. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and hope. That's, ooh, let it marinate. That feels good. So today, y'all look at my nails. So basically today, I'm gonna do a story time about how I met somebody online, and it was just crazy. The stuff was just happened that was just crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off like this, and I'm gonna give him the name. I'm gonna just name him Baby because he kind of looked like the baby a little bit, so I'm just calling him Baby. So basically I met this guy online or whatever, and I was like, okay, kind of cool. At this time I was very bored, didn't have anything to do. So basically what happened, I started like talking to him. We talking, texting back and forth. So he was like, can I take you out on a date? And I was like, yeah, you can take me out on a date, right? So when he took me on a date, he was like, let's go downtown somewhere. Not really gonna say the thing because people be weird. So basically he was like, let's go downtown, blah blah blah, right? And he was like, I could come pick you up. So then I was like, nah, I could meet you. You know, I can meet you there. You ain't gotta really pick me up. So he was like, nah, I wanna like give you that full like feeling. During that time, I was like, stuff on TikTok was saying like, be pampered, do this, da 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 da. Don't listen to the people on the internet. Go with your mind. Never listen to nobody else. Only you know what's best for you, okay? Listen to yourself. Cause the same people that tell you to do something are acting like they telling you what to do. When you call and ask for help, I'm gonna leave it just like that. Where they at? Magic gone. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, this is what I was saying. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just be pampered. I was like, I was very skeptical about giving out my address, but then again, I was like, it's just one person, you know what I'm saying? But that was just so weird. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, even if I was like to give him, anyway, let's just keep going on. So I wasn't done dressing, so I was like, when he got here, I was like, just, you know, just come in or whatever, right? So basically after I got done dressing or whatever, basically it just seemed like he really just wanted to come in, period, anyway. So basically, I keep saying that, I'm sorry y'all, I just, you know, whatever. So whenever I got done dressing, he was like, yo, where you want to go? So I was telling him where I wanted to go and everything, right? Actually, I really didn't know where I wanted to go, so I was like, you just pick. So he was like, we're gonna go downtown. So anyway, we headed downtown or whatever. He was like, we could go to a party, we could go to like a club setting afterwards or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's cool, I like that. I was like, oh, I'm going on a little datey date. So we get in his car small, y'all. I was bigger than what I am now, so I was trying to bunch up in the car, right? So I was like, this should have been the first red flag, y'all. The seatbelt ain't fit. That should have been the first red flag. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back because I had to let it, you know, whatever. So I was like, oh, my seatbelt ain't fitting. And I kind of am a really like big person on seatbelts because I want to wear my seatbelt. So basically I was like, dang, you know, seatbelt ain't working. He was like, we just going like downtown. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we head downtown. We go to this place, right? We go in, we walk in or whatever. We go to this little small table. And something about this, like this place he picked was kind of a little weird a little bit. Because I'm like, why are we going here? It was a new place. So I I had been there before, but it was kind of like, why he want to come here or whatever, right? So he had told me where he stayed at or whatever, and then I don't know, it just kind of felt like to me he kind of where he take everybody at, because the conversations he was kind of having, whatever. So basically he parked all the way somewhere else, and then we had to walk. I was like, whatever, I could walk, I could do a little walking, but the shoes I had on was not built for walking. So we get to the restaurant, he go over there, he was like, we're gonna be sitting over here. And how he said that was like, it was just a place he was always there, like maybe he go there and fish for people. I don't know, I'm not gonna say the place because maybe people still kind of, you know, whatever. So basically I'm there, I'm just sitting down. It said something, I was like, I don't really know what I want to eat or whatever, right? So I end up getting like this little sandwich or whatever and something to drink, and I was like, what you gonna eat? He was like, oh, I ain't hungry, I ain't gonna eat nothing. And so I was like, okay. But when I got my food, I noticed like I was like eating off of my food or whatever, and so he started eating off my fries. So I'm like, that right then and there kind of gave me like something up, because you the one who wanted to take me out on a date, and then you end up kind of like not getting anything. It was just like, maybe you had another agenda or some sort or whatever. So I just didn't really know why. I'm like, why you came here if you didn't really want to eat? Like, we could have just went to, I don't know, like it was just whatever. So we just talking. He like, so like, what you like doing and stuff. Like he really did talk, like, I swear to God, he talked like the baby for real. Like he was like, so what you like doing and stuff, like da 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 da. My name Kurt. Like his name Kurt. Let's name him Kurt. He gotta be Kurt. Let's name him Kurt. So basically Kurt was like, okay, so like what you doing, everything. I'm telling him what I do or whatever. I'm like, working the fast food doing a day, you know, saying some shit that didn't even matter. Like, I want to be a model, I want to be a plus size model, like just giving him all my aspirations and dreams. And I noticed like he didn't really tell me anything about him. So anyway, we finished up with the food, and I noticed one lady came to the table. She was like, so you know, is everything, before we finished up with the food, she was like, is everything okay? Like, do anybody want anything else? So he was like, I'll take a beer, sweetheart. And then so she was like, okay. And I was like, sweetheart, okay. Anyway, so yeah, so all that just happened. I was just like, okay, that was a little extra. I don't know if that was like part of his misogynistic way or whatever. So I'm sorry to use certain words. I am so sorry to say that. But yeah, so he ended up drinking his beer down. I mean, like, I swear, he drank it down so fast or whatever. He was like, I kind of want another beer. I was like, let's get another beer. But then I was thinking, like, hold up, we got to drive. Somebody got to drive us back. So, anyway, let's fast forward. We walk out the restaurant. Y'all, I got to really think back to this part, because it's just like, this part was where I should have been like, okay, I'm getting an Uber. So, he was like, we walked out, and the police where they sit at downtown, it was like right there. He was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit, what? Like, what happened? Like, let me know. Cause like, I stand out. So if somebody's looking for you or something, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me before they get you. So just kind of let me know. Can you kind of let me know? So like, he was just like, oh shit. I was like, what's happening? So he grabbed my hand really tight. Like, he grabbed it really tight and started rocking me fast to the car. And he was like, I'm gonna tell you when I get in the car. And I'm like, oh my God, it's too early for the shenanigans. What do you mean you're gonna tell me in the car? Tell me now before I say, Mr. Police. I'm telling you, tell me now. Don't do no, I don't want no hiccups. I don't want anything to happen to me. Can you please just tell me now? So before I go ask the police for a ride home. So basically, he was just like, as we was walking, he was like, I used to. And I was like, used to? I was like, what happened? Why you don't work for them? So he just did this like little smile, like, and I swear he looked just like baby, like the dimple, everything. Swear to God, like, I can't, like, the way he looked like this man was kind of scary. Like, it was kind of scary, y'all. I swear, like, I just can't. I'm laughing because the way he looked like him was just like, I should have me some water because like I'm getting choked up a little bit. But it was just like, why? I don't know why I don't trust myself sometimes. Like something told me, dry yourself, dry yourself, dry yourself. So I never trust myself to dry myself. So it was just like, whatever. It's a serious thing. I'm just like kind of, I don't know, like telling stuff. Like I love talking to y'all. Thank y'all for being an open space for me and just being so great and like great spiritual family over here. I feel it. Like y'all are so great. I mean, the people from Snapchat is so much love over here. Like I just thank y'all so much for everything. And like it's gonna be a long journey, you guys. But anyway, back to the story. So we get in the car. I was like, so yeah, what's going on? Like the longer I walk to the car, like now he telling me that my leg is just going. Like I'm telling you, I always been a heavy set girl, but I could walk really fast. So when he said that, I'm kind of pulling him at this point because I'm like, well, what is going on? He was like, I don't know if he noticed me. He probably didn't notice me. He probably didn't notice me. I'm like, what is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We get in the car, whatever, you know, it's low and stuff, right? So, and I ain't got no seatbelt. I'm like, so like, what was that about? He was like, you know, I used to work for such and such. I ain't gonna say. He said he used to work for these certain people. And when he worked for the certain people, they got rid of him because he did some stuff. So I ain't gonna really go into detail because, you know, somebody might know him. I don't know. He probably still go to that spot and fish for ladies. But I was just like, anyway, I was just like, whatever. So I was like, so what happened? Like, what did you do? He was like, I really can't tell you all of that. So I was like, why you can't tell me? And so after that, I kind of felt like it was getting weird. But some said, stop asking him about it. Don't ask him anymore. Like, I swear something like a strong something came over me and was just like, don't ask him about that no more. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like, where we going next to kind of lighten up the energy? But I noticed like we kept riding like further and further into downtown and like kind of going past or whatever. So I was like, he was like, yeah. So it's almost like he was in this trance a little bit too. Cause I'm like, okay, I kind of start getting a little jittery. I'm like, okay, so where we going next? You know, like not asking about that. Cause after I start asking about that, cause I'm nosy. He was just like, you know, I don't really want to talk about it, this and this or whatever, right? So, and like I noticed like his speed picking up, and I'm like, we downtown, speed limit, babe. Do what you need. Like, don't do all that. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I just got to get it off. So I was just like, you know, like where we going next? So he said something about this certain place, and I'm not gonna say that place either, cause he probably go to that place. And I just don't want nobody to just say nothing. You know, I don't know. I just don't. You know, so he was just like, I'm gonna go to this certain place or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. And I already said how he looked too, so somebody probably already know him. So if I say he looked like the baby, just you know, little baby, just you. I mean, the baby like. Anyway, I'm gonna just have to edit that out. So I was like, we going there? He was like, nah. No, it was kind of like at this moment I had made myself feel comfortable. I'm like, you in your head a little bit about him, just like chill out. He was like, yeah, you still want to go? I was like, I kind of don't want to go no more. I don't really want to go to the party no more. He was like, yeah, we ain't gotta go. I was like, we could go back to the apartment and chill. Why did I do this? Why did I say that? I just kind of felt like I wanted to be in my safe space. But really, the most dangerous thing you can do is bring other people into your safe space. You feel what I'm saying? If that's your safe space, don't bring other people into your safe space. That is so important because people have certain energies that will just tarnish anything you have going on. Y'all heard that? That's validation. So basically, I just felt like it was just like a bunch of like something or whatever, right? That it didn't feel right. So on the way back home, he get in, like, you know, he get out the car or whatever, and he was like, yeah, we could go to the club, whatever we're going after this certain place. So I was like, okay, cool, we could do that. We can do that. So really, I really didn't want to go to no party no more because it had started raining, and it was just like, I don't want to go to the club anymore. Like, it wasn't a party, it was a club. So he was like, yeah, that's cool. But he kept asking, but I think he knew he wasn't going. So we were just like sitting here chilling, right? Chilling. Why the world, like, he took, like, it's like he kind of took a nap. But at this moment, I was so alone. Like, y'all get you some friends that's going to be your equal, and you know, make sure you get friends that are your equal, so that like when you get lonely and stuff, you can hang out with these people and not other people like that you shouldn't be hanging out. Because there was no way that I met this man on the app and he was already in my house after we were supposed to go on a date. You get what I'm saying? Like, it is no way that should have happened. So, and still, like, to this day, I was like, dang, like, something could have really happened to you. Because, like, you really don't know where people mind be. You don't know what happened to people. You don't know what people going through or went through. You just really don't know. Like, say a soft prayer for people who, you know, are done did certain jobs and they mind ain't in a certain place. Like, it's just like, pray for those people. Like, you never know. So it's just like, anyway, he took a nap or whatever. After the nap, it was just like he was up. And so after this, I just felt like he should have never been in my presence. Like, I swear, I just kept feeling like he need to go, he need to go, he need to go. But I'm like, how do you ask somebody to go? I always felt like if you kick somebody out, it was going to be like bad energy or something. And maybe it was going to make them start like being stalkerish. So I was like, I don't want to kick him out. I wanted to make him leave on his own will, you know? But that never happened. People will come in your safe space and get so comfortable that it could be so disgusting. A little bit like, and I say that because it's disgusting. I'm sorry, I have to talk a little bit when I'm telling this story, because some people be so overwhelming. Like, it could be a spirit that's like, ooh, get off of me. Like, don't do that to people. Don't force yourself on somebody like to be your friend, or to just, I don't know, like, ugh, like, I'm just saying, because this story is just, I don't know, we still ain't got to like what happened. So I was just sitting up there talking. I'm just saying we talking because it's like we kind of got like a little personal. And so I end up bringing back up the subject of him because it seemed like he was in a cool space. But I kind of felt like he too cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, too cool. And I just felt in that moment, ask him about what he was talking about, like what happened. Maybe it ain't that deep. Like, maybe you're thinking too deep. Maybe you're thinking too much into it. So I was like, so what happened? Like, what was all that about when we left the restaurant? He was just like, yeah, I had gotten in some trouble. You know, I used to be a, I'm gonna just say the thing. He was like, I used to be a certain something. And, you know, people looking for me. And I was like, who looking for you? He was just like, you know, I may need a place to crash. I said, it's like in a way he never did it. He was like, I can't be back over there on the side of town I'm from. So you like, I'm good to be here. I was just like, what are you talking about? And like, I started smiling, but I smiled because I'm really in my skin. I'm trembling. You get what I'm saying? But I was like, I don't want to show him that. So I was like, stop playing. What you talking about? Like, I was just ready for him to stop playing. He was like, I'm just looking for my next victim. No lie. If I'm lying, this light will shut off right now. That guy told me, he said, I'm just looking for my next victim. And he looked at me, he did this smile like this. I said, stop playing, waiting for him like to laugh it off. This man never did no laugh, y'all. I'm kind of getting chills telling this story. He's like, I was like, what you mean your next victim? Stop saying stuff like that. After he just never said he was playing, I said, stop telling, like, I was like, stop doing that. Like, stop playing. Like, I'm not playing with you. And so he just kept smiling. Like, he could see through me. Like, he knew I was getting, like, a little angry about it. And, like, so, I don't know. At this moment, I felt like my only coping mechanism with this was, like, to cry. So I just started crying. I was like, I don't like that. Stop doing that. Like, stop doing that right now. He was just like, because I'm like, who says that to something? Let me just go. I ain't done with the story, but let me just say this. Who says that to a lady in her home? Be careful. And this makes me tell that story because this girl, I seen this story from this girl a long time, like it was like a couple weeks ago in the city where I live at now. It's basically like the girl was basically in the car with this guy, and he just her, and basically because she kicked him out her car. I just like, and when she said that, and they said she met him off of a dating app, it bothered me bad. It bothered me so bad. It bothered me so bad because it's just like, I've met plenty of people off of apps. I've met even good people off of apps as well. You know what I'm saying? But just to think, like, you never think like somebody could do something like that and you experienced such a good time with them before, or like, but to just think that the signs was there before and you kind of ignored them. Like, just say if I just was like, oh, I'm gonna drive my, just say if I was just to be like, if I was just a person who was very, very confrontational and I decided to retaliate, no telling what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when he said that, I was just like, get out, get out. He was like, I'm sorry. I was just playing. I was just playing with you. You crying? You crying? I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, at this moment, I'm mad. Like, I'm telling him, like, I'm walking behind him and I'm like standing on business now. I'm like, get out. You know, like, because it's just like, who play with a woman like that? That's not funny. I literally just met, at this point, I had knew him like 3 or 4 days. Lord, I know I shouldn't have did it. I'm sorry, but I'm here to let these like people my age or younger or even older, because there's some people still like a meet up with just random people, and it's just like, you gotta be protected and covered. You gotta be covered. You cannot put your trust in people. You gotta have it in you to do what you need to do to get where you gotta go. Like, and that's why I said, let me start implementing scriptures in my stuff, because I don't ever want anyone to feel any type of way. But I just feel like, if I do a story about you, don't take it as I'm picking on you. I'm doing a story about it because I need other people to know. Like, it's girls who hang out with people who they call their friends, and these people aren't their friends. You gotta be able to use your spirit of discernment to know, hey, this don't feel right. Let me get up and go. Like, or say, hey, just because somebody did this, like somebody took 8 shots of liquor, I'm gonna do it too. No, you can't live life like that. It's always somebody watching. Just know that. It's always somebody watching, waiting for you to fuck up, okay? Don't don't put your trust in nobody when it comes to you. Like, you just gotta be cool about it. Like, use your spirit of discernment. Understand that you can't be replaced. Everybody has a sole purpose here in this life. Anything you do, God can forgive you for it, okay? Don't be like, oh, I did this. Oh, I know God's already disappointed with me. And don't think like that. You can be renewed. Anyway, so basically, he was just telling me, oof, that was just bad. I got to, oof. Lord, clear that energy up out of here. Finna open my door right now. Let it up out. Let it out. You got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like, when I tell these stories, y'all got to know, like, when you put people in your business, it opens up a different type of something in the universe. You feel what I'm saying? That's why, you know. So yeah, after I told him to go, I never got a text from him again until, like, I want to say 2 weeks later. And he was like, I miss you. You miss me after you did that mind jump. Like, that was so crazy for him to send that. I don't know if guys think women like that. Now, maybe me, 15-year-old me, probably would have thought it was funny. But I didn't think that was funny. That stuff made me feel so scared because I'm like, here we are. It's just me and you. You could do anything to me. Use your spirit of discernment to know when stuff isn't right. When stuff isn't right, you have to use your discernment, okay, to keep going. And say, hey, I'm going to press through. Oh, wait a minute. Get into this makeup. Morphe. I love this scarf on my head. I love it. And you'll never be surprised who stalks you and who does stuff just for attention. Like, just want to do it. Think it's funny. Play on your phone. Be mindful of the things like that, okay? Never think, oh, that person won't do that. That person did this. That person did that. Never put it past anyone. Never. Because soon as that person start acting weird and you want to stop talking to them or some sort, people gonna try to pop back up. But when you know you covered, it won't happen. It won't happen. Because anything that the enemy would, and God don't play about his children. That's one thing I gotta keep telling y'all. God do not play about his children. And one thing you gotta think, the devil was an angel too. And God is a forgiving God. He's forgiving. And I just want to say that. And you guys have a good night. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. I just really had to get that off my mind because it's so much been going on. Especially in the city I stay in. It's a lot going on. And I just want people, when you're going out, park close to the club. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do what you need to do to make sure you get back home safe. Don't even go. Just do just do something simple. Like, hey, not saying that nobody don't need to. Just calm down. It's life is not competitive game where you be like, oh, I want to go to this. Oh, I went to this party. Oh, I went to this club before. Oh, I went to that club before. It don't matter. Them clubs still gonna be there. If something happened to you, them people still gonna get up every Saturday and Friday night. Make sure they open their club up and sell drinks. You can't get your life back. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Use your spirit of discernment.